They call modern American aircraft carriers unsinkable. Now, you might think that's just a bit of an exaggeration, right? But what if I told you the U.S. Navy spent 4 solid weeks trying to sink one of its own carriers and failed? Well, this is that ship's story.
It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? How do you destroy something that was built to be indestructible? Back in 2005, this wasn't just some philosophical question for the U.S. Navy. It was a critical engineering problem they absolutely had to solve. To find the answer, they needed a test subject. And not just any ship. They needed a true legend from their own fleet, one they called out of retirement for one final, incredibly tough mission.
This is the USS America. For more than 3 decades, this massive supercarrier was basically a floating city, a symbol of American naval power. But its most important mission? Well, that came long after its final voyage.
See, after it was retired, the USS America was chosen for a live-fire sinking exercise. The goal was pretty simple. Hit it with the most modern weapons they had to find its breaking point, and then use that data to build even tougher ships for the future. And this is where we get to the most mind-blowing part of this whole experiment, a non-stop assault that lasted for 4 straight weeks.
Yep, 4 weeks. That is not a typo. For 25 consecutive days, the Navy subjected the USS America to a controlled but absolutely punishing barrage. You know, most naval battles in history are over in a matter of hours. This one took nearly a month.
And this wasn't just one type of attack. Oh no, the Navy threw pretty much its entire arsenal at this ship. We're talking powerful underwater explosions to simulate mines, simulated strikes from torpedoes and missiles, and even bombs detonating directly on its flight deck.
And the result? After 25 days of just relentless punishment from above and below, the USS America was damaged. It was battered, but it was still floating. It simply refused to sink.
Okay, so if a month of attacks couldn't sink it, how did it finally end up at the bottom of the ocean? The answer to that question reveals the true legacy of this iron giant.
Hitting it from the outside wasn't enough. The Navy actually had to send a demolition team onto the deck of the heavily damaged carrier. They boarded the ship, strategically placed explosive charges inside, and scuttled it manually. They had to sink it from the inside out.
And so, on May 14, 2005, the great ship finally slipped beneath the waves. It now rests on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean at a depth of over 5,000 meters. That's deeper than where the Titanic lies.
So what was the secret to its unbelievable toughness? The answer is a brilliant engineering principle: compartmentalization. Think of the ship not as one big open space, but more like a giant honeycomb with hundreds of separate, sealed, watertight sections. If a torpedo punches a hole in the hull, only that one small compartment floods. The sections around it stay dry, containing the damage and keeping the whole ship afloat.
The legacy of the USS America isn't just a story. It's written into the steel of today's aircraft carriers. All the data gathered from its final 25-day battle was analyzed to reinforce designs and build safer ships. The sacrifice of this one ship helps protect the lives of thousands of sailors serving around the world today.
As the USS America rests in the dark, silent depths of the ocean, it really makes you wonder, what other secrets of engineering and resilience are hidden down there, 5 kilometers beneath the waves?